Hello, fellow humans. Hope you're all doing it really well today. I'm going to be cooking some more Weight Watchers recipes this week. I'll just show you what I'm cooking. This has been filmed over a few days, a little bit choppy, but I'm going to show you what I've been cooking. This week we have got a Mexican style mac and cheese. Oh my goodness me, top shelf, first in, best dressed. Definitely, it sounds amazing, looks really good. Tasted that sauce, oh, so good. So we've got that Mexican style mac and cheese. I've got some chicken, some spicy chicken, which I'm using as a topper for some nachos and some pizza, and maybe popping a bit in my freezer. Then I've got a soup. I've also got a chickpea, potato and bulgur wheat curry, and also, I'm trying to remember now, a protein and blueberry dessert. So I think that's everything. Also a quick look round the grounds of Lytham Hall. Let's get on with it. Another meal prep this week. We're getting through these meal preps, aren't we? Sounds like, oh, it just sounds phenomenal. Mexican style mac and cheese. And for that, I'm going to use up my yellow lentil pasta, my penne that I got in the box. So it's not like macaroni, it's not macaroni pasta, but it will be the penne pasta. And I wanted to try that. So I'm going to put the whole tub, hope it's good. I'm depending on you. Don't let me down. Please don't let me down. I'm also going to be making some pancakes for me and Laurie this morning. We're going to make up some spicy chicken mince. I hope you're having a great day. We haven't had any rain for a little bit, but we are due some snow this week. I'm pre-filming this, so you're watching, this goes up on Friday, but I'm actually filming this Sunday. So the snow is coming apparently. Birthday, when this goes up, it'll be my birthday in a couple of days, and I'll be celebrating that. And then after that, I'm going to Dubai. So I've never been before. If you've been, comment down below. Let me know. Any tips? I know it's Ramadan while we're there. So any tips or anywhere that I should visit while we're there? Is it called the Palm at the front? And the marina, we're around that area. The people that I sit next to at work as well. On one side, I've got somebody who's going to Rome, and the other side I've got somebody going to Fuerteventura. So they're also quite excited about their holidays. So the three of us, oh, we're giddy kippers. So without further ado, let's get on with that meal prep. Firstly, I cooked the pasta. So the yellow lentil pasta was a 250 gram box. I popped that on to boil. It did say that it would take about 8 minutes, but I just cooked it for 6, knowing that I was going to bake it afterwards. Then I measured out into a jug 300 millilitres of skim milk, and I popped that to one side. I then measured 25 grams of Floraliter, light margarine, into a pan and mixed in a tablespoon and a half of flour. Now this is a job, isn't it, this? I don't really like making up a white sauce. So I cooked the flour out for a couple of minutes. As you can see then, after a couple of minutes, I started adding the milk very gradually to try and make sure that I didn't get any lumps. Now as you can see, it was slightly lumpy. Do you know what? I think it helps if your milk is warm when you put it in. Then I added 70 grams of half fat cheese, and it tasted really nice then. Oh, love cheese sauce. A couple of tablespoons of jalapenos, and I popped some paprika in that cheese sauce as well. Oh, it was so yummy this. You can sort of see Laurie getting some toast in the corner there. He always wants to make toast when I'm cooking, doesn't he? Can see him in his pajamas. So then I poured that beautiful cheese sauce, which I then started eating out of the pan, the remains, because it was so nice. I didn't let any go to waste. And I stirred that through the pasta. Oh, yes. Look at this. See, really into this cheese sauce. So because I made that pasta with the yellow lentil pasta instead of regular pasta, it did bring the points down. So I put, per portion, it served 4, and per portion it should have been 14 points, but it knocked it down for me to 12 points. So if you can get a lower pasta, that is definitely an option, a lower point pasta. Then I used 20 grams of the half fat cheese to top, and also used some chilli just to ramp things up again on the spice. Cut a little bit chilli and used that as well as a topping. I've got chilli in my eye. I've now washed my hands. Ah, no! I can't open this eye. Oh dear. I've washed it out now. It's making me cough. Oh my gosh! What an emergency! It's so stinking. Anyway, I once did that. You would think I would have learnt my lesson. I was chopping chilies. An hour later I was going out, washed my hands, obviously, after I've been chopping chilies and cooking. An hour later I was going out, putting contact lenses in. Got chilli on the contact lens, got the contact lens into my eye. It stuck steadfast onto my eyeball. It was burning, but I couldn't open my eye to take it out. Oh my Lord. Paul was jamming his hands into my face. Oh, it was streaming. It was ridiculous. It was like torturous. What do I do, eh? What do I do? Learn your lesson, lady. So after all the drama of the chili, I started on the accompaniments, and I was just making a very simple tomato, an onion and a lemon juice, a little bit of like a salad on the side. You know how I feel about salad, but I'm fine with a bit of tomato and a bit of onion. That's fine. So I squeezed some lemon juice onto there, and I just had half an onion as well chopped in there. Yes, don't make this if you're on your first date. Don't make this for your beloved, but any other time, absolutely fine. So then I got a avocado and I mashed that up. It was a little bit on the hard side. Can you see I'm struggling to mash that? I was having to cut it with a knife, and squeezed a little bit of lemon juice on there. I think I put a little bit of salt on there as well, and a bit of the Greek no-fat yogurt. They were the accompaniment. So that night I just had the mac and cheese with a little bit of tomatoes and the onion and the yogurt and the avocado, and it was tasty. And all that was 14 points, but 12 points to myself because of the pasta swap. Now here I decided to make pancakes for me and Laurie. I felt they were a little bit of a fail. I wasn't that keen on the taste of them. I think maybe it was to do with the wholemeal flour. So it was 45 grams of wholemeal flour, half a teaspoon of baking powder, bit of salt, an egg, 50 grams of Greek yogurt, a dash of MCT coconut oil, and a teaspoon of honey I put in. They just, look at them. They're very sad. Maybe it was me, maybe I did something wrong. I wasn't keen. I don't think that I would make pancakes again with yogurt in. I think maybe the yogurt was a problem as well. Anyway, I did eat them. They weren't awful. They just weren't something that I would make again. I had them with a bit chopped up banana and a little bit of the Skinny Food Co. raspberry ripple sauce. And they were fine really for breakfast. They were 3 points. So then I went on to making this chicken mince, this spicy chicken mince. This was fantastic. I think out of all of everything that I made, I was most surprised by this. Pretty simple, but I managed to pack quite a few veggies into it. So it was just fry light, brown the chicken, then, or you could use turkey mince as well if that's what you've got. Then I added 2 teaspoons, heaped teaspoons of chili powder, 2 heaped teaspoons of garam masala spice mix, and a couple of tablespoons of tomato puree, a little bit of fresh chili that I had left over from the mac and cheese, some lemon juice, just squeeze the lemon over there. Then I added 200 millilitres of stock. Now I use beef stock because that's what I had in. But that seems a bit odd, doesn't it, with chicken? You can use chicken stock or veg stock, whatever you've got. Then I added a combination of frozen peas and frozen sweet corn, and this pack of riced cauliflower. So like the cauliflower rice in the sachets, in the packs. added that into the pan. You could not tell there was any cauliflower in there because of the spices. So now the sweet corn and the peas are going in, and this made loads, and it was great for topping things, and it was just great to have in your fridge or your freezer because it would do so many things. It'd go with pasta, it'd go on bread, it'd go in a wrap, it'd top nachos, anything really. It was great. This is 1 point. Now, the reason it's 1 point is because it has tomato puree in and a stock cube. So, really, I mean, I have not been counting tomato puree. I didn't realise if you put 2 tablespoons of tomato puree, it's a point. I didn't realise that. So, that's a point. The stock cube's a point. So it's 2 points in the whole thing. So really, I mean, it depends how much you're having of that, but there's lots there. That I'm going to use to top some little mini pizzas and some nachos later in the week. And I might freeze some because obviously it'd go great with anything, wouldn't it? A bit of pasta, anything your heart desires, really. Really good, nice protein heavy accompaniment to a meal. And then, onto the great, amazing stuff now. Avocado and some 0% yogurt there, lemon juice and salt on that as well. And then we've got the main attraction. It's quite a deep dish that, and it is to serve 4, so you just have a portion of that, some of this, some of that, an accompaniment. That's 12 points. If you were using normal macaroni for this, it would up your points to 14 points. But my mouth is watering looking at it, so for me that is worth it. I'd have a low point lunch and a low point breakfast to accommodate that for sure. I'm just going to be making a bulgur wheat, chickpea and potato curry. Lots and lots of like starchy goodness in there, isn't there? Yeah, just fancy something nutritious but filling and comforting, and a nice spicy curry would be lovely. So I'm going to make that, and I'm also going to make a little dessert. It's in the making. I just need to use some quark up. Fat-free quark. Quark in the UK is 0 points on Weight Watchers. I don't know if you have quark in the US of A, but it's like a low-fat soft cheese. So this curry was so versatile and so good. I ate it a lot of days for my lunch and I look forward to it every day. So to make it, I added 3 teaspoons of the lazy garlic. I didn't have any fresh garlic in, so I just used the lazy. I sprayed my pan with fry light. I meant to do that before the garlic, but I forgot, so then I sprayed it over the top of the garlic. Then I added my spices. So I had a good shake of turmeric, ground ginger and ground coriander into the pan, and I cooked those spices off. Give that a good stir. Then I got a tin of new potatoes and I chopped those in half and I added those to my pan and coated them with the spices. Again with the tomato puree. Tomato puree, how you have deceived me. I didn't realise you were pointed. But I put a big squeeze of that in. Now I'd say that's probably the equivalent of a tablespoon, would you? Just gave it a good big squeeze, and then I added a tin of chopped tomatoes, gave it a really good stir, and then I added a tin of light coconut milk. Light coconut milk, jeepers, that's high points, isn't it? Then I seasoned with salt and pepper. My pepper was running out. It's been running out for ages. I can't find my peppercorns. It's really winding me up. I'm going to have to buy some more, I think. And I poured in half a pint of water from the kettle. There's 150 grams of bulgur wheat there. I added a couple of teaspoons of chili powder, gave that a stir, and then added the bulgur wheat. You have to rinse your grains, don't you? I don't know why. I'm not sure why. Then I did the same with my chickpeas and I added those to the pan and it was umptious. On to the dessert. Now this made 4 little desserts. I started off with 3 because I have 3 matching little ramekins, but I ended up with 4. This was a real concoction, this, because I was trying to use that quark up. Now, I've seen people adding protein to their yogurt, so I thought, right, I'm going to put a scoop of vanilla protein. I don't have any specific brand, I just buy it from the supermarket. I would like to up my protein knowledge. Then I added some of the toasted skinny syrup. It is the Skinny Food Co. That I use. Really like that brand. So that was the toasted marshmallow, and I added a squeeze of that in there. Then I got this mallow and marsh bar, and I cut it into little chunks, and these are really yummy. These are 4 points for one bar, and they are marshmallow, and then they've got big chunks of like English toffee in. Oh, they are yummy. They are so good. So then I scooped my mixture into my ramekins, and then I topped them with the marshmallow pieces with the English toffee in, and it was yummy. They sort of melted into there through the week, because I had these over a few days, and the marshmallow sort of melted into that quark mixture, and then I topped with lovely blueberries. I'd actually added some of the toasted marshmallow syrup to the blueberries as well, and they were nice and sweet and lovely. And with that scoop of protein powder in there, nice high protein dessert, because the quark is very high protein too. So those little sweet treats were just 1 pint each, which was for the marshmallow. The protein is for a quarter of a scoop, 0 points. So I didn't count the protein, I just counted the marshmallow and toffee bars. Then I moved on to a soup. So I peeled and chopped up a sweet potato. I think in that pan there was about 300 ml of water, and I just added a stock cube to it and the sweet potato and set it bubbling. Then I chopped a couple of garlic cloves and an onion, and I sweated those down in a separate pan. I wanted to make a soup because I have been out a couple of times for meals this week, so I knew that I was going to be having high point, either a lunch or a tea. So I thought, right, well, I'll make a soup and have my breakfast as normal, and then a bit of soup, and then when I go out, I'm not starving Marvin. So the rest of the veggies frozen. They were cauliflower and broccoli florets. I used 3/4 of a bag. And I popped those in, and then I added the onions and the garlic. Yeah, nice cosy soup for the cold weather that we're having at the moment. I made some baked oats this morning. So it was 90 grams of oats. It's on a previous video. Some almond milk, a little bit of skinny chai syrup, some blueberries, some egg, and some coconut MCT oil. And I had that for my breakfast with some yogurt, and so my breakfast was just 3 points this morning. I've had a brew, and now I'm going to have this delicious soup. I can't wait. I love cheese, although it seems a very small amount of cheese for the big pan of soup, so I hope it does taste cheesy. This brand, it's supposed to be quite a strong, soft cheese. It is lighter, but it is still, I think for the whole pot it's like 9 or 10 points. So I'm going to use near enough the whole of the pot. So I'll get this soup blitzed, cheese stirred in, get it warmed up, get some lovely cheese. I'm going to watch a little bit of YouTube as well before my son comes home from school. So I've got like 45 minutes to myself. I'm going to eat that soup, I'm going to watch a little bit of YouTube. So yes, I did add cheese to my soup. I would like to add cheese to every meal if I could. I was adding it because originally this was going to be like a cauliflower cheese soup. However, there wasn't enough of a cheesy taste for it to be that, and I added a lot of other different vegetables. It was still really nice, but not that cheesy. So I'm blitzing it. I have a love-hate relationship with my NutriBullet, I think. I love it, and it must hate me because I overfill it, I bash it around, I mean with it. It's great though. I love it. And it was a lovely texture and a thickness because of the sweet potato as well. So this soup did me 5 portions, and it was 3 points because of that sweet potato and the cheese. Bit more of a well-rounded meal though, wasn't it, I suppose, with the cheese stirred through. That's what I'm sticking to. Bit of protein in there. Not that I'm a cheese fiend. So you could put a little bit of extra cheese on the top of there, but I just don't want to because I'm keeping my points lower today. So this is in real time now. I'm just gonna show you some beautiful spring, lovely weather with the beautiful spring flowers out, but actually in real time, this is how it is right now. It's snowing, the snow has arrived. So I'm just filming this. It's cold. I'm just filming this on the Thursday and this video is going up tomorrow. So this is us now. I told you it was a jumpy one, didn't I? There's a lot of jumping about. Cut to the lovely Lytham. So we visited Lytham, and Lytham is by the seaside. It's a seaside town. I loved this sign. I was having a giggle about this, and we had a look around the outside of Lytham Hall. There's a really special feel to it. It's so old, and you can imagine the horses sort of pulling up, and there's cobbles, and it's just beautiful. And they've got that lovely garden centre area now outside where you can buy your plants, and a little antique shop. The antique shop was actually closed when we went, but the plants were beautiful to look round. This is the actual hall. My mum's making an appearance again there, my mum and dad. They like to appear on every end of every vlog. I think that's what it is. So you can see here the actual hall and the grounds. And they had volunteers working on the grounds. So we were walking. We did a really good walk this day, actually. We walked all the way around the outside and then walked over towards the centre of Lytham. And we actually walked to the fish and chip shop. And we got in quite a few steps. I think about 14,000 steps. And like I say, they have volunteers working on all the grounds, and they were working really hard that day, and I was appreciative because I thought it was beautiful. And then we saw this goat, and I took a picture of it for my husband, because if you don't know this, my husband wants us to get a goat and I've refused. I'm going to finish this vlog off here. I hope you enjoyed all the recipes and a little look around Lytham Hall grounds. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. If you're going on holiday, comment down below, tell me where you're going, because I am so excited. I want to be excited for you. I want you to be excited for me. Let's all be excited together. If you've got something planned even for 2024, let me know. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye guys.